Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Cardboard Therapy, the show where I open booster packs and etc. that cure my depression. So far so good, I'm still here. Today's a special one. I finally got my Fallout decks in, and have a little extra set decoration. I've had this one, I forget what these are called, Mondo heads or something. But I've had this here for a minute, and I grabbed some stuff around my house and forgot I had my little Pip-Boy, Fallout Boy, what do you want to call them? Funko Pop. Then I realized two of the other ones I have are actual themed commanders. Got a little dog meat. And everybody's favorite, Mothman. Absolutely love these stupid things. And I have too many Funkos, and it was one of those things where it's gone a little bit of a tangent where I never thought I'd like. I have a decent sized collection now, but every time one comes out, especially this one, like how detailed it is. A little dusty too. You got a little Vault 101 on his back there. But anyway, gonna have these guys set up for now. I'm gonna put them back after I'm done with this video. But yeah, after some shenanigans and correspondence online, I finally got all my decks. What originally happened was they had sent 2 copies of Hail Caesar without sending me the science one. And now I have all 4. Is the Scrappy Survivors, we got Mothman, and of course Madison Lee Science. So, not really sure what I'm going to do today. I'm just going to open them up, take a look through some of the cards. A little unboxing. I'll start with the science one because that one's the one that gave me the most amount of trouble. Go ahead and open off screen. It's kind of awkward to open it in front of the camera. Of course, we recycle in this house, so all of this cardboard is going to go right back into circulation. Hope the goodie works out the bottom. At some point, they figure out how to use less cardboard, but no. Kind of like the foil. Oh, I like these too. Kind of want to keep all the little counters. Kind of wish you could still pop out the commander. Got that book. Put that off the side. Whoop. There's that. I'm gonna put the little slider parts up somewhere. Out of the way though. Because I am going to keep some of that. Little toggle counters or something. And, I don't know. I guess I should make sure. But yeah. I've had rotten luck with most of my orders lately. So put that off this. I will open them all at once. Secret Lairs. These orders. Orders off other trading card websites that shall go unnamed for now. Just a lot of mixed luck. Been getting a lot of good luck too, so I guess I shouldn't complain too much. But, I still am. So, Madison Lee. How do I want to do this? Zoom in a little bit. Cast an artifact spell, you get an energy counter. Tap her and pay an energy. Target creature gets +1/+1 against trample and haste on turn. Pay 3, draw a card. Pay 5. Return target artifact card from graveyard to battlefield tapped. Now, played against Takura with this deck. He was piloting in the deck. Runs pretty good. I kind of like this one better. Liberty Prime Recharge. Not because of the theming or the game itself, but an 8/8 for 5 has some interesting abilities, to say the least. One thing is you have to get energy counters out before you can attack, which is its own challenge. I've seen, I won't say most of the spoilers, but I've seen enough of the spoilers to know there's a lot of cards in here I'm going to put in other decks. I was going to say that right off the bat. These aren't going to stay complete. I don't know, the dog meat one, I'm looking back what other ones. We'll look and see what else we have, but maybe if I could find another one in the wild, I'll take it apart. These ones, and then we'll keep one together. There's enough there where I do want to keep one of these together. Let's see. Paladin Dance. Steel Maverick. That's pretty good. Sacrificing to give all your stuff indestructible until end of turn. Well, artifacts and humans. Alright, so this one's going to go into a deck. Nerd Rage. Enters the battlefield, draw 2 cards. You have no maximum hand size. And when it attacks, gets base power 10/10 until end of turn. Like it pumps it up. No, I'm saying it wrong. Base power 10/10. I'm thinking of Raised by Giants. This is going in a card draw deck for sure. Robobrain Warmind. I'm not going to sit here and read every card, but I will talk about the ones I'm most excited about. Like, this was pretty neat. Five damage, any target, excess damage, makes treasure tokens. Pretty interesting. I would like, this would be neater as a an X cast, like deals X damage, so you can like really pump something up and get more treasure tokens. Maybe that make it too broken. Elder Owen Lions. I played enough of the games. I don't remember everybody, but when I've looked up on, I don't know what the Fallout Wikipedia is called, but like the lore, I see like a picture in game of the person. Like, oh yeah, I remember that guy now. So some of these are not going to tug on my heartstrings or remind me as much as some others will. Like this guy, for instance, I vaguely remember it in the game, but I'm not going to lie, I don't really recall. Fortified land card. I actually built a land deck. This might be pretty neat. Not that it won't have uses elsewhere. One other thing I am going to do as we go, I'm going to put some cards off to the side and talk about them a little bit. Of course, being the bobbleheads, I do intend to make one of my, not a themed bobblehead deck, but they're definitely going to have the bobbleheads in there. I got to find room for them. The endurance one pumps up stuff, gets indestructible, and not the strongest one. This one looks like a lot of fun too. I played against somebody with this deck, and this did a lot of work. It's pretty fun. We're just like, we wanted to get the cards out because somebody else is winning, so we're like, I think it was Kuro went, I think I'm gonna guess 3. What do you say? And yeah, there's some strategy there, as it were. I'm mumbling a little bit. Somebody's making a lot of noise. It's driving me nuts. As soon as I decide to record is when all of a sudden they're so busy right above me. They know who they are. So, Intelligence Bobblehead, draw X cards for X number of bobbleheads. This one cost a lot of money pre-order, and I didn't see the value in actually spending money. I was going to get this, but I actually got a collector pack and pulled it into the collector pack, which pretty much paid for the collector pack. But it's a really cool, like, old-fashioned, what they call pip art. But this is really neat, too. I'm going to keep that in the deck for now so I know where it is. Don't have a home for it yet, but I will. Exile target artifact or enchantment. Dispatch. Is this a reprint? Yeah, that's an old card. It's pretty neat. I know this is a reprint. When will they stop reprinting Swords of Plowshares? Or Path to Exile? Never. Glimmer of Genius. I think this is also a reprint. Pretty thematic. Thirst for Knowledge. Another reprint. Whirler Rogue. It's a pretty neat art. Also a reprint. Loyal Apprentice. Needless to say, reprint. Unexpected Windfall. Pretty neat card. Oh, this is kind of sad. Arcane Signet. That's cute. Oh, Overflowing Chalice. That's pretty neat art for that. Lightning Greaves. Mindstone. Soul Ring. I think these are on a playmat. They're really cool foil playmats that aren't going to hold up over time. It's pretty cool art. Another Talisman reprint. It's going to be all the magazines in the game to help boost your skills. Yep. Wasn't fully aware of these and kind of called it. Wasn't much after the fact. But Thought Vessel looks pretty cool in this art. I like that. Automated Assembly Line. I feel like this is an old card. This rings a bell. Does that make sense? Some more energy. Over Encumbered. This is a fun one. Kind of like that. The Pridwin. I forgot to say that. As of recording, the show's not out yet, but I'm pretty excited for the show. They showed a shot of one of the big spaceships. I don't remember if it's that one or not. I don't know if it's that one or not, but that one looks promising. I like that show. I like if they could set the show in the universe. I think it'd be more interesting than retelling a story that's already happened, which is what I think is the fault of a lot of video game movies. You don't need to tell a story everyone's already experienced. Tell a new story. That's my 2 cents. Centurbot. Vault 13, Dweller's Journey. Should build a Saga deck. Curie. I know Mana Curves was made this deck the other day. It seems like an interesting ability. Mono Blue doesn't have too much to pump up, but there's ways around that. Nick Valentine's another card I think is really interesting. There's something there. I don't know what to do with it, so I'm going to enjoy the flavor of it and the art, but not sure what to do with the card yet. Got Liam Neeson. Not much else to say with that. Synth Infiltrator. I think I pulled the alt art for this. Again, very interesting card. Really enjoy it. Assaultron Dominator. The Motherlode Excavator. Plasma Caster, another interesting card. Love the art. Ability's pretty neat. Synth Eradicator. Another really cool card. Arcade Ganon. I don't know, there's so many new themes and abilities that just you could build a really interesting deck around, and I should get back into some of my ideas for shorter form videos where it's oh, here's my idea for this deck or that deck. Probably should do this for this. What can we do to soup it up? But I'm not that clever, and I don't have that big of a following to really do anything interesting with that. But Arcade Ganon seems like something I'd like to build someday. Electrosiphon, Red Death, a little more on the nose. Where it's one of the cards I pre-ordered, the full art Surge Foil, all that. So I want to build an Izzet deck. I'm just trying to find the right inspiration, let's call it. And this one has some promise where I'm I can do some fun stuff with this. Little crabby boy. Rex is one that's going to be taken out and go into my Scooby-Doo deck. I'm going to make a little dog mystery deck. I don't know what to do with it yet. You know what I'm talking about from the Murders of Red, Karlov Manor. Red. Still looking at Red Death over there, teasing me. They're just a little dog detective tribal rather. Oh, he has a good enough ability where I don't know if I'd build a commander deck around him per se, but I would definitely put him in a deck. Sentinel Sarah Lions. Another one of those cards that just seems really interesting, but I don't know. I kind of want to put it in my equipment deck, but at the same time, I don't really plan on attacking with more than one creature at a time. We got Shaun of the Synths. Again, really neat abilities. I'm not going to read all of them out loud. Sadistic Simulation. That sounds familiar. Guess I should also have brushed up on the lore before jumping right in, but Brotherhood Vertibird. Power Armor. opening the lands already. I get maybe some lands in and other stuff. Ferris Lake is a cool little nod to the old filter lands, signet lands, I don't want to call them, but kind of cool that they finally finished the rotation. But people are upset because it's in this set. But I'm like, well, maybe they'll reprint it again, you know. Helios 1, Austere Command. Open the vaults. Ooh, I like that. That can go off to the side. Mechanized production reprint. One with the machine. Wake the past. Mystic Forge. Ooh, I like that art. Let's see what I actually use in the deck. This is one I've seen before. Panharmonicon. Just a giant ass harmonica. I don't know if it's like a perspective thing. It looks like a cliff precipice, edge of a cliff. We'll say a giant old harmonica. But I think it's like the forced perspective, just a regular old harmonica just sitting there. I don't know. I like the pun. Another sad robot. Steel Overseer. I wish I had an artifact deck because I really like this art. Would love to use it. Clifftop Retreat. Exotic Orchard. Glacial Fortress. Irrigated Farmland. Prairie Stream. Sky Cloud Expanse. Spire of Industry. Sulphur Falls. Temple of Enlightenment. Temple of Epiphany. Treasure Vault reprint. I like that. Wayfarer's Bauble. Ash Barrens. Buried Ruin. Command Tower. Flowing Wilds. Myriad Landscape. Mystic Monastery. It's funny, the 4 lands for my one 5-color project, I've been replacing all of these, I don't know what you call this type of card, but I've slowly been replacing all of them with the cool, I don't call them Secret Lair, but Commander deck reprints, and the 4 I don't have replaced yet are the 4 that are reprinted in these decks, so I'm really excited for that. That's going to go off to the side too. Path of Ancestry, Razor Bridge, Rustvale Bridge, Silverbrook Bridge, a lot of bridges. That's interesting. Terramorphic Expanse. Ooh. Oh. Ooh. Oh, I did not know they're going to do all the full arts in the Commander. This is nice. Oh, and the thickness. It's a little curled. I like this. They should do this. Stop making normal lands. No one wants them anymore, I think. When you can do stuff like this. So, it's a matter. 2 cents on the matter. Energy Reserve, Token, Treasure, Human Knight, Food, Copy, Thopter, Junk, Clue, Robot, and of course a little garbage. A little bit garbage in the end. So overall, like, I like this deck. I'm going to put these in the front so you'll find them easier for later. But I give the overall theme of this deck pretty high regards because, excuse me, it's nice to see energy make a comeback, let's say. And while it's not my bag or my something I would build, I like a lot of the cards in there. Like, that'd be something I'd be interested in playing. Is it going to be the one I'm going to get an extra one of and keep it complete? No. There's a lot of cards we could add to that to make it better. There's so much energy from Kaladesh. I'm not really going to break it down here. Make this video so much longer, but there's a lot of stuff that can soup it up, and that's not really one for me that I'd like to keep together. So, moving on. Second deck. Hail Caesar. This is the one I got 2 copies of, and they didn't send me signs. So we're going to get this out of the way, too. It's going to open up real quick, off camera. I like to be on camera in case something's wrong with it. I can use it as proof if something's wrong. I also don't want to jinx myself saying that, but it's too late for that. I want glue. Make this packaging so intend nobody ever open it. Alright. Oh. leader. Got a pack. Good condition. Lord of the Ring ones were the ones I got that they like destroyed the package. Just the collector packs were munted beyond belief, or I'm like just mad. And I reached out and said, hey, is there any way I can get this replaced? I don't want to open it because it's fucked up. Pardon my language, but yeah, nope. I'm like, alright, so I opened it, was junking it anyway, so I wasn't too upset, but still it hurts. Not dealing with customer service anymore with, let's split this in half, being a little easier in my little hands. But this deck has, it's the second commander, the one I've been wanting to build for a while. I have some of it started. I don't have enough of it built to really make a interesting video to get ahead of the curve, but I'm sure a lot of people are already ahead of me on that. But Caesar's pretty interesting. Kaiser, especially Ides of March was last Friday, which is pretty funny. But got some interesting abilities here. I'll let you read that. What I'm here for is this guy. As soon as they spoiled him, I'm like, I want to build this. Interesting character in New Vegas. But I like the ability where roll a 4 or higher when you roll a dice. Get a robot. If you roll 6 or higher, get that robot and the treasure. Doesn't say it has to be a 6-sided dice. So right off the bat, red, white, black. There's so much stuff from the Dungeons & Dragons set that I have somewhere in a box I just need to dig out. That rolls D20s and you make so many little buggers. But there's other stuff too, like I want to put who's the Rakdos lady? There's a Rakdos lady that rolls dice. We got Comet, roll dice, a bunch of other stuff. And there was that one printing of Will, deals with dice rolls. I want to put the Kark's other thumb in there. A lot of stuff I want to do with this. So it'll be a deck I build on. Maybe I'll do a deck tech on it eventually. But I had an idea for getting ahead of the curve, but then everyone I talked to had the same idea, so it wasn't like I was doing anything special. But it's definitely a deck I am excited to build. Speaking of excitement, this is one of the big cards I was really excited to get. I think I actually pre-ordered 4 or 5 of these just to have extras because I want to put it in every white deck I run because Squad's a cool ability, and then this card just makes me laugh because that's one of the vaults that I remember most from, I want to say it's 3, but I could be wrong, that the deeper I got into the vault, the more just messes with my brain. It's just, I love it. I love the story, the flavor. We're going to move on, though. Butch Deloria, speaking of flavor, that's the guy who's picking on you in the third one. So he counts rogues and snakes. Interesting. And again, I want to build a mono black rogue snake deck just because this card makes me laugh. Ruthless Rad Rat. That is terrifying. Just the different eyes, the glowing eyes, all that. This would probably be really cool in foil. The eyes in the corner especially. Craig Boone. Another one I'm excited to possibly build a deck around. His ability is really interesting. Make a lot of story from the game. I'm not going to get into here, but just that ability there. You can choose a creature that you can have, or they could choose to have deal damage to them. It says if they don't want their important stuff to die, choose to cause a bunch of damage to it, and then, you know. And red has, gosh, what's that card called? The Goblin, or that, you know, deal damage to it. You can redirect it to somebody else. Red white has a lot of that. Speaking of which, like Boros Reckoner, Spite-Mare. There's even a colorless guy. There's a black creature that does it now too, but there's less of you can choose a dude to do damage to it. And it doesn't say your opponent's creature. When you do deal damage equal to the number of quest cards on up to one target creature unless its creature controller has the damage to them. So I can get one of those and just redirect it anyway. There's a lot of stuff you can do with that. Legate Linnaeus. Kaiser's Ace. I like ace representation to all my ace friends out there. It's nice to have that. Body image is also cool for ace people. Is that a man or woman, doesn't matter. Ignore the metal beard. But this card is another one I was really excited for. I did pre-order one of this to put into my Rakdos Chaos deck, because that sacrificing a 10th of the creatures they control rounded up is nasty. And then when they sacrifice creatures, you get +1/+1 counters. There's a lot of stuff in that deck that does sacrifice. I took some of it out, actually, for this, because sacrificing a 10th is really dirty. I play with a lot of friends that do tokens, so this one's a lot of fun. I really like this card. This one gets to be a noble, but that one Goblin Hobbs talks about is not. But a little aristocrat card. Someday I'll finish that deck. We got our Charisma bobblehead, a Luck bobblehead. Putting those off the side. One makes soldier tokens, and the other one makes treasures. But that's the one you can win the game, is the Luck bobblehead. That one's a lot of fun. That's got a lot of people scratching their heads how to break it. I have my theories, but at the same time, I'm just gonna work on that eventually. We'll talk about that at a later date. So I like this little med kit. It has abilities where as you use it, you can't use it again. So I'll just say on that, it kind of fits the theme and flavor. Passion Order, that's going to get taken out for something else. I like my Soul Sisters. Tangible Virtue, that's pretty nice art. What's his legs doing? What is he? Is that his? I see 2 legs, and then like a big metal leg. I can't tell what kind of pose that is. I'm missing something. Is that a dick joke? Is that a dick joke? Best Scene of Remembrance. Also cool reprint. Deadly Dispute. Good to see. I think that card spiked a little bit before the reprint. Morbid Opportunist. Pitiless Plunderer. Another one, I think it was a little more expensive before they reprinted, but it's cool to see. General's Enforcer. Again, I've been wanting to build a human deck. I don't know. Humans are boring in fantasy elements, but there's a lot of cool human stuff, and I like this art. Heroic Reinforcements. Wear and Tear. Arcane Signet again. Skull Clamp. Ooh, look at this. I haven't seen this one yet. There's been some cool Skull Clamp arts lately. The 40k one had a really cool version of it too. This one's really neat too. Soul Ring again. Talisman. Ash Barrens. Command Tower Evolving Wilds. Memorial to Glory. Oh, excuse me. Aradesh, the founder. Battle of Hoover Dam. This should have been I guess you had to choose sides on it. Should have been a saga, I would feel, but should have been a battle. He just gave up on battle so easily. Overseer Revolt 76. What a cutie. Just reading the stuff. I don't feel like reading it out loud. It'll be for all goddamn day, and this videos are going to be real long. Oh, Securitron Squadron. Seems like another. I love Squad. I love that ability. And that one, again, is another one put off to the side where I make a lot of creature tokens in my one deck, and that just has a good ability. This art keeps making me think of Borderlands, which my spouse is very excited for that show coming out. Or no, it's a movie, huh? I'm just bummed because you already had a voice actor for Claptrap. Why'd you replace him? I love Jack Black. God bless him, but I don't know. There's something about the voice actor we already have for Claptrap. Anyway, another card I pre-ordered that in the Surge foil again because I thought about making a whole deck around that, but we'll see how that works. Middle School. Yes Man, again. Just one of those cards that just makes me smile. It's just so stupid. I love it. That character in the game, too. Vats is a really cool card. Again, I haven't seen it played yet. Personally, like in my own games, I've seen other people play it. And it's just dirty. It's a good dirty card. Wasteland Raiders. It's kind of interesting. I like Squad, and I haven't seen this one with the Squad. Mysterious Stranger. Spell recursion. Powder Ganger. Again, love Squad. Rose. My Rosie. I like this. Another card I want to put in decks where I'm just like, I can't get it to fit, and it just makes me want to build the whole deck around the damn thing. Thrill, Kill, Disciple. That's an interesting. Only one, but you also have to discard a card. I like it. Another card I pre-ordered because when I saw it, I just had to have it. I love that perk. I love the little references they put in the games. It looks really neat foil. You can't really see the spaceship, but that like beam looks really nice. And it just has a really interesting ability. I can't wait to cast it. Put it in decks, but haven't seen it yet. Boomer Scrapper. Pretty neat. Colonel Adam. Another one where I'm like, that's going to go into a deck specifically. I actually pulled a full art, so I'm going to keep that with the deck. Another interesting Desdemona. Can't say that. Really fucked up art if you really look at it, but moving on. Another good one for my legendary deck I'm working on. Kellogg. Oh, that's from the newer one. Not 76-4. Taking my baby. Took my baby. McCready. Which bothered me because I didn't think that's how you spelled McCready. I wonder if that's a typo. I've always seen it with one C. But to each their own. Interesting ability, interesting card. Just having this as a card makes me want to have it altered to have McCready from The Thing, because I'm obsessed with that movie. Nipton Lottery. Another card where I'm building a deck where, lack of better terms, another Chaos deck where this seems like it could be fun to put in there. Hold on a second. Bless yous in the chat. Still getting over something, and gosh, it hurt to sneeze. Ribs are bruised, pulled my diaphragm, all sorts of messes. But Paladin Elizabeth Taggarty. Again, 2 or other creatures that always messes me because my red-white deck wants to attack alone. Voter's Dilemma. Ooh, Eddie. Another one where I'm like, there's too many. These sets are so fun. But I wish they were spread out a little more, because there's so many decks I'm still building from the Lord of the Rings one, let alone the 40k and the Doctor Who and all the other ones. Just spread it out a little bit. Desolate Mire, Diamond City, Captain of the Watch, Entrapment Maneuver. That was pretty good. Reckoning. Keeper of the Accord. Marshall's Anthem. I think I might have pulled this. This is also one of those cards where I'm like, oh, this is really good if you have the mana for it. But the deck I'm running this in doesn't need the kicker to go off too many times. Marshall Coup. Secure the Wastes. Ooh, Black Market reprint. How'd I miss this? Oh, I got so many of the old ones, I don't know if I want to replace any of them. Lethal Scheme. Connive. Stolen Strategy. Hacking is just good science. English Unmaking. Symbol of the Legion. Pretty on par flavor. Fervent Charge. Like that ability. Ruinous Ultimatum. Caden Slow. Cliff Top Retreat. Dragon Call Summit. Dragon Skull Summit. Gosh. Isolated Chapel. Ooh, that's spooky. Shadowblood Ridge. Smoldering Marsh. Temple of Malice. Temple of Silence. Temple of Triumph. Presque Heights. Myriad Landscape. There we go. Nomad Outpost. Put down from the sun. Path of Interest. Tainted Field. Tainted Peak. Expanse. And the sweet full art basics. And there's Kaiser. I don't really care too much about the tokens either, but this is a contender for one I might want a second copy of to keep complete. There's enough cohesion there, and honestly enough there where I think it could hold its own, without any real upgrades. But that being said, I do want to build a Mr. House deck. That's in the works. Keep an eye out for that eventually. That's coming. But, I don't know. Most people will probably save the Mothman for last, but guess what we're going to do? Not do that, because I think I'm going to keep the Scrappy Survivors complete, because that just seems like... I've seen all these decks in action at least once each. I've seen this one we're out opening now, the Mothman, more than anything else. And not because I'm just trying to get away from doing what everyone else is doing, but I want to make interesting content, and more than anything, I like to play interesting games. So do I want to play the same goddamn deck everyone else is playing? No. I'll play something different. So now, we're going to talk about another one I was really excited for. Yeah. There's the deck. Okay, so first we go to the packs. 3 for 3 of them not being messed up. That makes me happy. But a little... So cute. Look at that guy. I have a Tassiger deck, as I'm sure some of you know from my channel. I like playing it. It's all creatures. I think the Mothman's going to end up in that deck. I'm going to talk more, but I can see the perforation. So the first deck couldn't open. Second deck was like butter. Third deck give me trouble, give me grief, give me stress, as my math teacher would say. Little splitsies to make it a little easier for me. I don't have small hands, but man, there's definitely enough cards around. I'm going to try to hold them a little nicer. But anyway, Wise Mothman's definitely going into my Tassiger Creatures Only deck. It's just a pretty interesting card. And I do a lot of self-mill, so obviously that ability is going to be bonkers with that. But I also like the Master Transcendent. I'm going to level with you. I don't remember this guy. From the games, I mean. But, then again, some of the ones I've seen are from the first two, which I'm like, oh yeah. And there's going to be a guy in here that I'm excited to see. Where I was like, oh shit, I forgot about him. But he might make it in there too. I'm not 100% yet. But, there's some of the other cards in here are going to make it into other decks, of course. Gonna get my full use out of it. Look at this guy. A little proliferation guy. Yeah, it has rad counters, but I like to proliferate a little better. There's a whole chaotic deck happening in the future soon that I can't wait to have a deck tech video made about it. Anyway. That's pretty gross. Oh, speaking of gross. Did they reprint Giant Cockroach? That'd be cool too. Cathedral Acolyte. Ooh. This could go in a few decks. I love Ward. People bitch about it, but it's also just Hexproof. You just gotta pay one more. Hexproof you can't pay anymore. It's just Hexproof. But people don't like the workaround, or this because you can pay for it. It costs a little bit. I don't know. People are weird. But this one, I don't know how I missed this one. But just recently somebody was talking about a really weird broken deck where you play like Yavimawa and then what's that one? Not Ilishnorn. Thawing Ice or Land or whatever comes in with so many counters on it. So on turn 2 you could play a goddamn 8/8 guy you can swing out for on turn 3. And then you get something where you could sacrifice it to do damage to everything. There's a real cool combo deck people are brewing. But I'm just like, how did I miss there's a giant sloth in the card game that I love? And I love This is so cute. I want to get a little... I got to get a little surge foil of this guy. Put a little frame or something. So it's just so adorable to me. Contaminated drink. I got it. Nightkin. Ooh. I haven't seen too many Nightkins yet. Oh, speaking of which, this deck has my grandma on it. Another one I'm really excited to talk about. There's a few cards in here that I'm excited to talk about. Raoul. Young Deathclaws. It's pretty cool art. There's Strength Bobblehead. Cultivate. Oh, that's cute art. Farseek. Harmonize. I just got a cool art for Harmonize in my deck that I use it in, and this comes up, man. Inspiring Call. That is ridiculously beautiful. Oh, I bet that looks really cool foil. Gotta put another order. Rampart Growth. Corpse Shack Menace. It's kind of neat. Kind of a neat art. Putrefy, that's really cool. I bet you that looks sick foil. Winding Constrictor reprint. That's pretty neat. Arcane Signet. Contagion Clasp. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Soul Ring. Talisman. Ash Barrens. Command Tower. Evolving Wilds. This one I saw when I was playing with Kuro. Looks really cool foil. He was showing off. So I already pre-ordered and I already got it. It looks really neat foil. The art gets kind of washed out, but the foil on his like weird mutant skin looks sick. I love it. Mirror Queen. It's pretty neat. Pipe Right Public Reporter. That might go into my oh, it's definitely a detective too. That's gonna go into my Scooby-Doo deck. Everyone's favorite, Rad Storm. Storm and Proliferate. Bonkers. Struggle for Project Purity. Ew. Yeah. That's a bad storyline in the game. Feral Ghoul. Also pre-order just an extra one because I have a couple zombie decks. I need to have more just this copy. Same with this guy, Hancock. Going in a couple decks. Oh yeah, I like this art too. Again, that's probably a really cool foil. They're doing a little better with their foiling. It's a little less curled. Still some issues with it, but at the same time, they're actually doing the detailing again. Which I think, if you want to make money, if you want to sell packs, that's what you got to do. Anyway, Screeching Scourge Beast. The Necropolis. I can't remember that. Harold and Bob. You sound familiar. I can't quite remember you. That's pretty cool ability, though. Here she is. Yeah. I have a mono green ramp deck I built with Sylvaas. And it's fun, but doesn't do enough. And I kind of want to take it apart. But when this card got spoiled, when I saw what this card does, I was like, hell yeah. So I pre-ordered. I spent way more than it's actually worth to pre-order it. And of course, my shipment came in without the card. So I reached out. I was like, either give me a refund or get the card. And of course, they said they shipped the card. I still haven't gotten it. But I was like, look, if you can't get the card in the second shipment, you got to refund me. And believe me, I'd rather have the refund at this point because this card dropped in price like crazy. I think because everyone collectively didn't read the card. Because I read the same way everyone else did, where it says its power is 16 or less. When I was really hoping it said, I think I read what I wanted to read, where 16 or more plus one counters. So I would have loved to have been able to pump her up real big and then get around that 16 number to do some combat damage for at least 2 turns or something like that. But I think once it's your upkeep and she's 16 or more, right? Yeah. Then you remove all of it and get a life for each plus one counter. But still, there's a lot of fun stuff I want to do with this. This one too. As soon as I saw this again, going right into Skullbriar. Holy moly. Casting cost and equip cost so low where I'm like, yeesh. And I need more trample activations or abilities in that deck because when he doesn't have trample, Scott Bray doesn't really do much. Or I should say they. I guess they're more a they. And this is another fun one I didn't know existed till now. Well, not till now, but I actually pulled a really cool full art Surge foil of this card. I'm like, oh, you're going right into my bear deck. Strong, the British Thespian. Another one with a cool ability that don't want to build a whole deck around. Not right now, but he's pretty cool. Wish this was a white card, because I wanted to put this in my other farmer deck. Tato Farmer. I don't know. I think it's cute. I have the Gaffer, and it would have been cool to have him in there with the Gaffer. Watchful Radstag, again. Excited for this card whenever I saw Graham Corpse, saw Boss's little video about it. That's cool ability. Real excited to play it in the game. Not worth the money to actually pre-order it, but now I have a copy, and there's probably only one deck I'd put it in. This is the other one I was talking about, Agent Frank Horgan. I want to say it's the second one. He's like one of the last bosses in the game where he's just a pain in the ass, but the card looks so cool. The casting cost is kind of high, but there's something about it where I'm like, I like this. This is a cool card. And of course, I got the Surge foil of it because I am a glutton for punishment. Alpha Deathclaw Monstrosity making a comeback. Seems pretty good. I don't know what to do with it yet. Moving on. Atomize is a cool ability. Destruction and Proliferate. Sign me up. Marcus Mutant Mare. Again, you know you've done a good set where like every legendary has some flavor to it, where it's just like making little gears in my brain turn and churn and wanting to build more and more decks. And this set has certainly done that. This art makes me laugh. Oh, my pipe. But Forced Evolution. There's some more stories there, but like I don't remember a lot of the lore with these, but that's not for me to. That's not what my content's about. Excuse me, I got burps. Not to skip over the Nuke launcher, but I don't know. Seems kind of out of place. A lot of guns in this set where I'm like, eh. And the Wild West, that's going to get a lot weirder, I suppose. But Recon, Craft, Theta, making some alien tokens. I pulled some. Did I pull them in the last thing I did? Hold on. Real quick, I think I did. Well, I take it upstairs already. Yeah, I pulled the foil token for the alien, and again, I have a proliferate deck I need this for, so it's perfect. Make little duders, proliferate them up. Basin. Got one from my Golgari deck. Should get more, but prices are still kind of like right now, so maybe once more people open it. Inexorable Tide, I didn't realize they reprinted until I pulled a foil of it. I'm like, oh, hello. I love sets like that too. This one too. Branching Evolution, yes please. Guardian Project, one of my favorite cards for Commander because it's just built for Commander. Hardened Scales reprint, again, yes please. I like the art on this, but I don't know. I have a cool version already in use where I'm kind of like torn between upgrading and swapping out. Casualties of War. My favorite line from the game. I don't care what anyone says. It's classic. But it's a really cool ability. Trying to find a home for it in one of my Golgari decks, but so far not off to a great start. Catacomb. Oh. Like I'm like, wait, what? Oh, Catacomb, Drown Catacomb. Exotic Orchard, Defeated Pools. Hinterland Harbor. Nesting Ground. Sunken Hollow, Temple of Deceit, Temple of Milady. Woodland Cemetery. Opulent Palace. Off to the side. Tainted Isle, Tainted Wood. Tainted the False God, Tainted Expanse. And then, of course, the basics. Oh, look. Little dude. So creepy looking. I think it's one of the scariest parts of the game when you find that crashed spaceship and they start shooting at you. Because there's no build up to it. Where's my other? Where's my thick boy? Because when I end up building the actual Mothman deck, I'm going to need that. Mothman, baby boy. Alright. Like I said, this is a really cool deck on its own. I don't think, personally, I'd keep that complete, because I think a lot of people are. That's a really good one to keep complete. If you get that pre-con, it's pretty solid on its own. I like it. I played against it a few times. It's really a solid deck. But for me, I think I might keep this one together if I ever find a second copy, because there's a lot of parts that are going to go into other stuff, of course. I spend way too much on Magic at the same time. Cards that are in it. Unless you can only... What's in this one? One of the bobbleheads, I bet. The 3-color land that comes in tapped. Maybe if there's not enough other stuff. I think 3 dogs in it. I need that one for a different deck. I think if I could probably keep this one complete. And then just buy the cards I'm missing. You know what I mean? That'd be the most cost-effective way to do that. Okay. So we're 4 for 4. We got all our packs. They do not appear damaged. We'll open those at the end. Oh. The stack of cardboard is fighting me. Alright. I'm gonna be honest with you, when I play Fallout 4, I don't enjoy getting dog meat as a companion, because if anything happens to him, I just get really mad. And then, let's just say, ruins the game for me. But being companion, like when he gets junk for you, looks when you're barking, fighting guys. But my big problem is I keep accidentally shooting him. He keeps jumping in the way right as I shoot. It always breaks my heart. And a little yelp. But a green, white, red with a little bit of mill. That's interesting, right? And I like you make the what's this? Preston Garvey. Oh, that guy. Their settlement's under attack. Get out of here. Brotherhood Outcast. Commander. Oh. Topical. Sophia DeGuerre. Ooh. Who's the guy from Infinity that does crashes? That'd be kind of cool, like a theme. I think is he red, white? There could be something there. That could be on another little goofy thing. And that's a penis. I don't know, man. Can't really tell if it's looks like he's coming out of his stomach, maybe, but again, there's another. Is that another dick joke? Crimson Cavalier. Ian Reckless. Songs modified. Ooh. Yeah, you're going off to the side for my equipment deck. Just broke a nail. How the hell did I do that? Big old chunk hanging off. Sorry about that. Big Horner Rancher. You got a nice ability. I'll put you off to the side too. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go through the deck tech when I actually build it, but I got some really cool ideas for Lily, and I got a couple dumb jokes about Leo for the deck, but in good taste, in good fun. But I think some people might get mad at some of the jokes I'm gonna make, so I'm just gonna avoid that for the time being. Gunner Concept, there you go. Super Mutant Scavenger. Oh, I wish I could cast this on myself. I know Jay already made this joke, but that would be nice. Got Agility Bobblehead, Perception Bobblehead. This one's getting put off the side too. This seems like a really good card. All That Glitters is a fun reprint. At first I thought that was, what's James Gunn's brother's name? Or Stance. There's the Path of Exile. Good art. Really good art on this one. Sticky Fingers. Oh, that's good. I like that. Menache. Abundant Growth. Cool art. Fertile Ground. Rancor is little grandma. Is that Lily? Rancorous Ruth, Malefic Maud, and Alright Ida form the core of Maud's Muggers. Oh, wait. That rings a bell. Which one was that? Squirrel Nest. Gross. Wild Growth. Behemoth Sledge. Like I said, this deck was, if I could, I go see what I want to take out of it and see if it's worth taking out of it rather than just buying them singles. This one might be one I want to keep together. Brass Knuckles. I love Brass Knuckles. Scoop. Fire Shrieker. Soul Ring. Codsworth. This is another one I pre-ordered. Go into my equipment deck. I have multiple commanders, and it's just a good ability. It's also an equipment deck. So, very useful. Idolize is also really cool. Pre-war Formalware. It's another one I want to take out and put into a deck, but like I said, I'm gonna see. Hold on. Birthday. Duchess, Wayward Tavern Keeper. Grim Reaper Sprint. See somebody play this card, it's actually pretty good. Junk Jet. Megaton's Fate. Well, 21 House Gambit. Veronica, Dissonant Scribe. Another one that there's something there that I like, but I don't have a cohesive method to use it yet. Animal Friend. Seems fun. Strongback. Almost Perfect. Another one that was spoiled. I was like, that's really cool. Why it's an enchantment, couldn't tell you, but I like it. Like the art, like the flavor. Ooh, Armory Paladin would be pretty good in my equipment deck. Kate. Another one that's like, ooh, I like that. I like that. I need a Gruul deck. Cass, also pre-ordered for Shenanigan Fun. But again, haven't quite found room for yet. This one, holy moly, this one, I got the alternate art. It looks really cool. Looks like your Vats. Not your Vats. Your Pip-Boy, but your damage. Doesn't really quite fit the flavor of the card, but I like being able to shift everything around. Having a split second and being able to move everything, that is a card I would love in my deck, and it's in there. It's one of the ones I pre-ordered, as I said. But Moira Brown, there he is. Another one that I'm like, oh, there's a deck around this guy I just want to build. My wife, my spouse rather, likes Pontypool. I figure there's a theme deck in there somewhere, so if they're listening, I am probably going to build that. I don't know if you'll like it, but I'll try. I like the art in this one too, Mr. Gutsy. And I thought for sure this would be in every deck, but I guess that's why it's a little expensive. It's only in one deck. You think this will be one you put in every deck, Pip-Boy. But really good card. This is also, if I don't keep this one together, going to go into another deck and another deck and another deck. But this is a really good ability on a really cheap artifact. Like, that seems broken to me. Junktown, Sunscorched Divide, Mantle the Ancients. Another really cool reprint. Love the art on this. Pure Steel Paladin. If I didn't just get Ash Williams on this card, this would have been in a deck. So it's really freaking cool art. But nothing's cooler than Ash. Nothing's lamer than Ash, but still. Single Combat. That's pretty broken. I like that. Blasphemous Act. Chaos Warp. Ooh, Heroic Intervention. That's cool. Basilisk Scholar. That's adorable. Bloodforged Battle Axe. Hell yeah. Champion Helm Reaper. I did not see this before. Hell yeah. Yeah, this definitely is looking like a deck I'd want to play. This is one I pre-ordered too because I like the art on this. Candy Vista, Sydney Glade, Retreat, Lost Fire Valley, Candy Grove, Scavenger Grounds, Shelter Thicket, Battle Grove, Temple Abandoned. Oh, I like that one. That's cute. Swiftfoot boots. That's kind of cute too. I like that. Cabana Tower. Jungle Shrine. There we are. Not sure how that makes a jungle shrine, but that's going in the deck. Different Rogues Passage too is pretty neat. I thought there'd be more. Lands. Dog meat. Settlement, treasure, food. Now the big question is there Bloodforged Battle Axe tokens? I missed where that was. Not very thorough, am I? I'm tired. Anyway, of the 4, I think I keep this one, like I said. I kind of thought that beforehand just on flavor. And there's not too much. Well, there's actually a lot, but I don't think a lot of the stuff's that expensive where I can just buy the singles. But if I can just find the deck again, would that be worth it? I like having spares and stuff. Anyway, those are the decks before we leave. Let's open these. See if we get anything good. I don't think you can get Surge Foils in here or the alt arts. I think you can just get the full arts. It's like the best version you can get. There's a whole list on what's in these packs. It's like frustrated, jeez. But hopefully something really cool, huh? Junk. Oh, I lied. Ooh, you can get foils. And those are 2 good ones, like the new lands and a card I really like. That's fun. We'll kiss. Moth me after luck. And junk. Air Dash. Pretty meh. And Captain of the Watch. Also, not so good. Burn me, Mothman. Dog meat. Give it a little lick, a little sniff. Assaultron Dominator. Meh. And Scattered Groves. Like the full art foil treatment. Come on, buddy. Dog meat, come on. Got some good luck. Final pack. Anything good? Oh, I'm happy with that. That's going to go in my Azorius deck. And ooh, I really like the art of this. This might just go in my art binder, but not too bad. Get some of the new lands for the collection and stuff I can actually use. That's always fun. Not sure what I was looking for. I guess Surge Foils, but it's fun. Like I said, not a big Is-It player, but that's a good hit. Good hit. Decent enough. And decent. So, can't complain too much about that, but excuse me. Sorry, just cleaned up behind the scenes a little bit. After this, I'm probably going to bed. But yeah, that's the Fallout decks. Like I said, I think every one of these is interesting enough that I kind of want to keep them all, right? This is a property that I have a long history with that I really enjoyed. But at the same time, I like a lot of the cards. I want to put them into my other decks. But I think I will keep that one together. Or at least buy a second one. Because I think that's, in my lizard brain, that's no sense. Everybody's playing this. A lot of people playing these. I don't care how many people. This is one I'm definitely like, hell yeah. This seems like more my speed too, but I have decks that already do kind of that. So some of the good cards in there are going to go in other decks. Mr. House is going to be made into a deck. And you know what? Someday, energy counters. I know Modern Horizons coming out soon. They're going to have a bunch of energy, so I feel like there's a lot of stuff happening with that too. But I'm going to start rambling, so I'm probably going to call that a video. I'm over an hour. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If found something interesting in it. I guess I could have done more to be like, well, this is my idea how to improve this, but I don't have the energy for that right now. Heck with it. I just want to look through the cards, open them, and look at them. Take them apart. So I hope you enjoyed. Until next time, love you.